Hello and welcome to TMI, Too Much Information with Moondog. And just let me know on the side chat if the audio is coming good this time, because last week I had not done a proper sound check, and I thought I'd set it up for my my pro mic over here, but for whatever reason, I think it was picking up off of my earbuds, and so the sound was kind of, oh, there we go. Pick saying it's coming in 5x5, which means in radio parlance that it sounds good. So very good. And I'm glad everybody could join me. Sorry for the late start. I'd inadvertently wasn't paying I guess close enough attention to the set time. And for whatever reason, it set it for 10 minutes after the hour, which is kind of just weird. But anyway, I'm glad everybody's here. Today is going to be one of my music themed days, just because that's what I was getting into. But before we get started, let's do our plugs for our sponsors here. We have Venice, who is our ongoing sponsor, and they are a online AI company that I use. In fact, the graphic that you're seeing for the thumbnail today, I used Venice along with some other manual adjustments using Photoshop and whatnot to create the illustration, which is sort of a montage or a combination of myself and one of the anime characters that we're going to talk about later in the show. But I use Venice. It is a chatbot online AI that you can use, just like Chat GPT or Gemini or what have you. But the key difference here is that you get privacy with Venice. So all of your prompts and all of the responses, and those don't get stored on their server. They get stored on your browser, on your own desktop, and you can purge all of that data should you wish to. You have control over that. And sometimes you might be asking for things that might be a little questionable, or will make you look suspicious if somebody was looking at it out of context. Well, all that information gets stored by these regular chatbots out there. But Venice, if you use them, they kind of like act as an intermediary, because you can use some other image generation and chatbot services through them, but they act as in a way as a spoof for you, because the queries that are going to Grok or any of these other AI engines are going through Venice. So these questions, these queries, the things that you're asking of it look like it's coming from them and not from you. So I can't necessarily get the digital paper trail stops with them. So yet another reason why I use Venice as opposed to going directly to these other AI chatbots. So use my code. There's a QR on the screen right now. Get 20% off their pro plan. And of course, you could try them out just by using my code Moondog. And you can use the QR there to go to venice.ai/Moondog, and you can try them out for free. And I'm going to try putting up the show comments on the side. So, hey, William Trax, good to see you. Pick, Vadim, Portia Speedster, thanks all of you guys for making it out today. And I'm sure there's some other folks. I know there's some other folks in one of the sponsors, the episode sponsors watching this. He may not be actually typing anything, but he's out there lurking. So our other sponsor is another ongoing sponsor, Mad Hat Jerky. Great, delicious, very clean, very healthy beef jerky from Mad Hat Jerky. I've had him on the show a few weeks ago. Very, very entrepreneurial, very driven young man. He started this company with his own recipe of beef jerky when he was 11. He's 19 now. He's in college. And I wish him the greatest success. Great jerky. It's totally delicious in a really wide range of flavors. My favorite probably is the mild gourmet. Or I like the teriyaki as well. Yeah, I like most of them. And he also has like super hot varieties as well. Try them out. I think he has new sample packs available on his website, and you can use the QR code to get there. But use my code Moondog and get 15% off any of the jerky, especially your subscription plan. You get jerky delivered to you every month. If it's great if you're on keto or a carnivore diet. I'm on keto, and it's a great snack. So it's a great product, and all the folks out there have tried it already. Pick says, "Good kid, great product indeed." All right. Now, here's your early bird clue for the crew that's out there. This is the owner, or at least one of the founders of this company. It's a record company. And if you know who this record company is, put a hashtag and type it into the side chat, and you'll be automatically entered to win the contest today. And what are you going to win on the contest today? Well, you're going to win a sample pack of Clip Tech. These are the cleaning wipes that I talked about in, I believe, last episode. Yes, last week or the week before. This is because I stopped by their booth at SHOT Show, and this is the actual product. I finally got the samples of it. This is their 2x2. This is the wipes that you can use to clean your bore. And these are the 6x6s. Yes, 6x6s. They unfold in the inside. This is actually one of these is good enough to clean an entire rifle by itself. But of course, you can cut down pieces of this to make a swab. But here you go. You get a swab. So if you the winner today of the live drawing with a hashtag is going to get this sample pack of 2 6x6s and 2 of the 2x2 swabs. Really cool stuff here. Really good CLP and high performance wipes all in one. Okay, so get your that's your clue here. This is the founder of this record company. If you know who this is, I'll even tell you. It's Richard Branson is the guy, but the name of his company, one word. I'm looking for the word. Hashtag put it in the side chat. All right. We'll move on to the new videos this week, because we got some music to listen to. I've got a video out on this new 32 plus caliber adapter bore sighter kit. And the reason I say 32, more than 32 calibers, is because there's 32 adapters in it, but each of the adapters, some of the adapters can fit multiple sizes, obviously. Like the 9mm will fit 308. But anyway, you've got 32 different calibers, all the way from 17 up to 12 gauge. And it also comes with a pistol arbor adapter. So here's a little taste of that video here. And here we go. This is the CV Life 32-piece adapter plug-in green laser bore sighter kit. And it almost has as many parts to its name as it has parts inside of its deluxe box. Actually, its 32 adapters will fit over 32 different calibers, and if you'd like to know how this all works, well, hit that like button and we'll get started testing. There you go. So, which is a good reminder, hit that like button right now while you're watching this, and of course, if you're watching this after the show isn't live, hit that like button anyway. All right. So that is one of the videos I have on my 2A channel. And the other video I posted up this week is a booth visit at March Scopes. And this is a Japanese scope company, really high-end scopes. All of their scopes are like over $2,000. And this one is that you see in the thumbnail there is their new 1-10 LPVO, which has this really unusual dual reticle. I don't know if I'm explaining this correctly, but it's got a second focal plane and a first focal plane on the inside of it. And what they're really showing off here, because that LPVO has been around for a while, but this one is their new body of it, which has an integrated mount system, and they'll have different heights, or at least different adapters for the mount. But they did this to make the mount even more ruggedized. So this is but the video here, I'm going to show you a snippet of the other product that they were showing off at the show.
Dark gray tracking scope is 8280 by 56.
Wow.
In second focal plane.
Excellent. And so this is the production model. Yeah. When will we expect to see this available? Which
we have started taking orders from today.
Oh, wow. Okay.
The expected build time will be about maybe 3 months or less.
3 months.
Maybe so. First shipment maybe around end of March or maybe early April.
Okay. Well, so that's pretty much hopefully now. It's March, just like your name.
Yes. Yes.
Now, what is going to be like the MSRP or the map price that you expect? You don't have to be exact, but ballpark.
So yes. So we are offering several models with the reticle or without the reticle for nature enthusiasts. With the illumination and without, and with the pick rail and without. So the MSRP starts from around $4,000.
Yeah, not an inexpensive budget spotting scope by any stretch, but it is a very powerful spotting scope that they're offering out there at 60 power. So yeah, it is a very high performance, very low chromatic aberration, very clear, sharp through that spotting scope, which really is a derivative of their Magesta rifle scope, but modified to function as a spotting scope, or I shouldn't say spotting scope. They're calling it a tracking scope because it has a specialized mount that swivels inside of, and that has its own integrated swiveling mount built into it. All right, so some questions out there from the guys. Am I on the correct channel? You know what? You might be. I think you moved to the more popular channel. I've got multiple channels, so I'm restreaming this both to my Moondog 2A channel, which is my largest channel, but I'm also simul streaming it. I was going to say simulcast. Well, I guess it is simulcasting it to Moondog Go, which is unfortunately my smaller channel, so you might not have as many folks on the side chat there to converse with, but I think you've moved over to the 2A channel. Plus, the StreamYard software I'm using is simultaneously outputting it to a vertical format for phone. So there's two different videos being live streams per channel. But if you see on the subject line of the stream, if there's a little phone icon at the very end, that means it is the one that's optimized for phones. So hopefully that answers your question. But the thing with the way that YouTube works is that each of those different streams is independent of each other. So I can see everybody's conversation on my side chat screen. You can see it scrolling there. But if you're they're each individually siloed. So if everybody's most of the people are on my horizontal version on 2A, you'll be able to see each other's conversation. But if you're on, say, Moondog Go and there's nobody else on there, you won't see the conversation that's going on over there. Hopefully that makes sense. Anyway, moving on. And William says, I'm confused now. I'm sorry about that, but suffice to say, if you can see folks in the side chat, then you can talk to them. So I'm glad that you're at least able to converse with the folks out there. So good. It all works out. If not, check out my other channels and you'll be good. All right. Okay. So moving on my Moondog Reviews channel, I posted up my new review of the new Nightcore EDC 17. This is their 3000 lumen blade style or flat style EDC, but literally looks like a blade handle. If you could see there, it looks like a box cutter, and that's the kind of cool thing and also kind of unusual thing about it. And it functions like a box cutter. It has a switch on the top, which you'd think looks like it could extend a box cutting blade, razor blade, but no, that's the switch to turn on and change the brightness. So from an ergodynamic standpoint, it's great. And here's a little taste of that. This is the EDC 17, an ultra slim flat EDC flashlight from Nightcore. It's capable of outputting an impressive 1500 lumens of brightness and can throw up to 230 meters. Plus, it has a green laser pointer and a UV lamp with not just one, but 3 levels of brightness, and it does all of this with a good old-fashioned analog switch. So, would you like me to test out this flashlight? Well, hit that like button and we'll get started. Yeah, that's not a knife. Is what Michael, that's not a knife. This is a knife. Yeah, it looks like a knife blade, but it isn't. It's a flashlight. And I misspoke. I said 3000 lumens. I was thinking of the other flashlight, the other EDC, also a flat style EDC, it's a little squatter that Nightcore also had, and I think I covered that in the booth visit video that I posted up last week. But I'm hoping to get a sample of that to test out. But this one is 1500, so pretty darn bright, to be perfectly honest. Anything over 1,000 lumens is blindingly bright at night, especially for most folks. But anyway, and hopefully in the next couple, maybe in a month or so, you'll get a chance to win this on my my monthly contest. But hey, so keep an eye on that. There's actually, we'll get into the monthly contest at the end of this. I hope I didn't sort of steal my own thunder about that, but we'll see on the contest here. But let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Finally, I want to just bring up my Moondog Go channel, my travel channel. And okay, yeah. Michael Dunn says, I see it now. Someone's telling the cop he had a knife. This is the only danger I have to say about that flashlight is, well, you could say that with just about any flashlight. Somebody's holding something black in their hand, unless it's lit up. They'll say he's got a gun or whatever. So yeah, it is. This one more so than most flashlights looks like let me just say this one more so than any other flashlight does look like a weapon. So there we go. All right. So on my Moondog Go, my travel channel, I posted up a visit to Black Bear Diner. I don't know if anybody has been to California on the side chat there and has had a chance to try out the Black Bear Diner restaurant franchise. They are all over California. They started in Shasta, Redding, California, and near Mount Shasta, way north near the Oregon border, and they've expanded into Oregon, and I believe Nevada and Arizona. I'm pretty sure Nevada as well, and they're a really good chain in terms of way better than Denny's, and the portions are really good. Anyway, here's a taste of. I visited the store while I was visiting Monterey and Carmel, which I've been posting videos of that visit there. And Tim Mooney says, do they serve bears there? Yeah, the one especially in San Francisco. All right, here we go. So a really good Americana kind of feeling place. And they all pretty much look like this. So she had the French toast. Son had the pancakes. Wife had grits. Now I had an omelet. What did you think of the video? Leave me a comment. All right, so yeah, that's where we stopped to have our first breakfast when we're down over in Carmel, in neighboring Monterey, city of Monterey, and we made out because they give you such pretty good generous portions that we split. Each of those was actually just that was just like 2.5 breakfasts. It was like 2 breakfasts plus grits, a bowl of grits, and I split the pancakes that came with my breakfast with my son. I had the omelet, and my wife split her breakfast with the French toast with my daughter. I think that's how it worked out. But in any case, we all split basically 2.5 breakfasts. So as far as value, great stuff. Now, William Track says bear meat Michael Dunn says bear meat is good. I hear, along with bear fat being like the best of the lard fat rendered, but I've never had bear meat. Can't be willing to try it. I'll take a bear burger, please. And William Track says, I've tried bison. And I've tried bison too. I'm very lean and good meat, though I like my fatty beef as well. Perhaps more so. And maybe Tim Mooney, maybe staffed by bears in the San Francisco location. And bear is very greasy, but still tastes good. Oh, It is greasy. I don't mind that. I like a nice greasy burger. Yeah, more tallow for me if you're going to ask. Okay, so here's our next clue for the contest to win this ClipTech sampler pack that I'm offering here. This British company was founded in 1972 by entrepreneurs Richard Branson. And let me just move down. Richard Branson, Simon Draper, Nick Powell, and musician Tom Newman. Now, Richard Branson would also found similarly named companies airline. One's an airline, one was a music and bookstore, and one was even a soda brand. There was a cola. So if you know this company, this record company, put a hashtag and put it in the side chat, and you'll be automatically entered. Let me just double check to make sure that it is. Yep, I've seen 4 entries thus far. I know there's more of you out there, so get your entries in, and you can get a chance to win the sampler pack, courtesy of ClipTech. All right, so let's get into the rabbit hole here because, gosh, it's already 6:30, and I said I was going to make these episodes shorter now, and it's practically the end of the show. So let's just let me just get into it. So lo-fi, have you guys any in the side chat? Do you know of lo-fi, chill hop, that genre of music? Let me know in the side chat here. But so for those of you who don't know, during the COVID lockdowns, many of us started listening to very unusual or genre or niche genre music. Well, I've been listening to lo-fi beats, lo-fi hip-hop, or chill hop. There comes with a couple of different names, but if you do a search either on Spotify or YouTube, just type in lo-fi. You'll sometimes see it just as lo-fi hip-hop or just lo-fi, and you'll find a lot of streaming channels. In fact, it really grew. Is a genre of music. It's been around, and it actually we'll talk about where it came from. But as a genre of music, it really blew up around 2013, 2015 when YouTube started allowing live streams, and so DJs around the world started posting up. Basically, they'd start spinning tracks, or they would be playing their recordings of pieces that they'd been working on live and sort of on their live streams. And one of the most popular channels of this was a channel called Chilled Cow. And one of the signatures of the channel is that he started using this looping animation from a Studio Ghibli film, Whispers in the Heart, which I might have covered in a previous episode on Studio Ghibli. But it was of this girl, this high school girl who was studying, and he eventually got hit with a copyright hit because, he doesn't have the right to use Studio Ghibli animation. So he eventually got a fan to create an illustrator to create an animation of a girl, another high school aged girl with headphones looking out of a window, set somewhere kind of European-ish, with a cat in there, and it was a looping animation. So this animation would loop of this girl studying or doing her homework, and he would be playing his music, which is very kind of atmospheric, but with a sort of a low tempo beat. And chill hop or lo-fi is generally a sort of a low. It's not dance music, but it does generally have a beat, and it's generally instrumental. And I ascribe, and some of other people have ascribed the connection with anime, because they use a lot of lo-fi channels use anime or a manga or anime style girl as the visual for their channels while they're playing the music. And I think this connection with electronic lo-fi music and anime actually goes back well before this genre of music was even named. Probably because, for those of you who are old enough or young enough to have been watching Toonami or Cartoon Network, that in the 2020s and early 2010s, these millennials and to some extent Gen Zs had grown up watching Toonami and watching anime like Cowboy Bebop and Samurai Champloo and even Powerpuff Girls. I would classify that, even though it's not strictly anime, but they would use sort of club music and while Cowboy Bebop, I wouldn't say necessarily was club, but it was cross genre. They mixed in hip hop music along with bebop jazz, and Shamrock Champloo used sort of house, British house style music or breakbeat music in the soundtrack. So a lot of this kind of music was incorporated into anime at that period, and I'm sure they just got a taste for it. And um, Tim says, I like dancecore and partycore. Very good. And Portia Speedster says, I like smooth jazz. And Pick says, Pavement, Sabado, Guided by Voices, old school lo-fi. Yeah, nice stuff. So you guys know what I'm talking about here. And for those of you who don't know, just the reason why I brought this up is it's kind of, you ever have those occasions where you find out the connection of something and like, oh, duh, I should have known. Or you're just surprised by the connection. One of the things that comes to mind is, remember those old cartoons with Bugs Bunny where somebody in the cartoon would jump out of a building or a window or a plane and yell, Geronimo! Well, I found out in my 20s that the whole cliche of people jumping out of things and yelling Geronimo came from, I think, the 503rd Airborne, and that this was during World War II. That the soldiers, while they're doing training, and they were jumping out of the plane for the first time, they had gone to see a movie that had just come out. I think it was about 1940, 1939, about Geronimo and the hunt for Geronimo. And at some point in the movie, somebody was yelling Geronimo, not jumping out of it, anything necessarily. Maybe he was jumping off a horse or something. But one of the soldiers said, I'm going to be so brave that I'm going to yell out Geronimo when I jump, and he did. And then everybody else in the stick or on the plane yelled Geronimo too, to sort of echoing that phrase from the movie. And then it just became a thing with all the other airborne units. They started copying what the other soldiers were doing. So that's where the Geronimo comes from. So anyway, long circular stuff here, but I was a little surprised at the connection of listening to lo-fi chill hop music. It kind of reminded me of the kind of music that I would listen to when I was living in New York in the 90s as a single man, going to bougie hotel lounges and bars and clubs. But we didn't call it chill hop or lo-fi back then. I would just call it lounge music or breakbeat or trip hop. And so I just wanted to share with you what that music was or is. And that's so lo-fi hop really can trace its lineage to lounge music, like music like Sacre Bleu that came from Dimitri Paris, and also to down tempo bands like 07, Air, and Portishead, and the trip hop from Portishead, which also came out of the same town as one of the progenitors of trip hop, which is Massive Attack. And the reason why I'm bringing all of this back, and I'll play you some samples here because we've got a little bit of time. I'm just going to play a couple of samples to show what I'm talking about here. And hopefully I'm not going to get a copyright hit, but we'll see. No. Okay, maybe I'll do that at the very end because I don't want to screw up everybody who tuned in to win a prize or something. I don't want to get kicked off. But what I will do, I think I can at least play a sample of some of the YouTube music that we're talking about. So here's an example of chill music, and here's the thing: I've been using it for a lot of my chill lo-fi in a lot of my music videos, or I should say my videos reviews on my channel. So here's an example of one of them. So you can hear low tempo beats, instrumental music, so all electronica. But the thing that hip-hop creators promoted this as music you can listen to while you're doing work or studying. All right, here's another one. It's kind of ethereal, kind of cool. Like soundtrack music for your life. There's a kind of music that you just sort of fade into the background while you're doing stuff. You don't really have to concentrate on it, but it's just kind of good. It gives you good energy. Now this would be I can trace this to more down tempo style music like this, which you might consider trip hop because it has a kind of a dark, almost like a spy style sound. And that is very indicative of trip hop, like the Portishead style, because he was very influenced. One of the founders of Portishead was really into John Barry and James Bond themed kind of music. So if this feels a little like something that John Wick would be a Wick movie, it's not. It's not unusual. And the reason why I bring all this up, and I'll wrap this thing up because it's getting a bit long, and I did want to keep these shows a little bit shorter here, is because Massive Attack, which is probably everybody in modern electronica music or in the scene can trace a lot of their influences to this band. And it's their music started in the early 90s. In fact, they had to change the name of their original I think album release because it coincided with the first Gulf War, and the radio stations were concerned about posting up a song called Massive Attack, and just I don't know why. This is what I've been reading, is that they had to change their name temporarily of the band instead of Massive Attack to Massive, but they eventually that was just a little tidbit about there. But their music is so influential. It was even used as the theme song for the TV series House. So I don't know if you guys ever watched that, but I'm going to play just a snippet. Hopefully I don't get tagged or dinged by the copyright folks here. But let me just play a little snippet of this. And you probably have heard this from, let's see, Thievery Corporation Delight. Where is it? Okay, Massive. Here we go. All right, this is all I'm going to play of it because I don't want to get hit by the live stream to get taken down before I give away the prizes here today. But if you've heard this, if you've watched the show or heard that theme song, that's actually from Massive Attack. It's one of their the hits from their second album, if I remember correctly. And very influential. I mean, you can hear a lot of, they influence other bands that are outside of the genre, including Radiohead and to some degree, really so many bands out there. So if you get a chance to look up Massive Attack, look up Portishead, check my notes for all of these. And I don't know, were you able to hear it? Just want to make sure that came through on the side there. But really cool music if you like this kind of style, and it spans a lot of genres because when you get into lounge, it starts in the music that they sample from is from 50s and 60s jazz and exotica music, which I was really into in the 90s as well. But anyway, let's get into the giveaways today. For those of you who are still here, gosh, it's already totally blew past my my self-imposed deadline here. So here, I just want to point out that there's a new contest starting this month. So check out my contest page. It's at moondogindustries.com/contest. And you can enter to win a brand new contest. There are 2 prizes out there. Let me just, I see if I can bring up that page on screen. Well, I don't think I can, but don't worry about it. Your chance to win is going to be the CV Life Magnetic Boresighter, or you have a chance to win an Aquilifier 5-25 power ED glass scope. So check it out at moondogindustries.com/contest for these 2 new contests that are sponsored by each of those individual sponsors, CV Life and from Aquilifier. All right. For those of you who are waiting, here's your chance to win. If you enter the contest to win a CV Life LPVO, we had a lot of entries in. So let me just bring up that screen here. All right. Can you guys see this on screen? I just want to make sure that you can see it, because a couple of episodes ago, it wouldn't show up on screen. And yeah, I don't want to disappoint folks. But so let me know in the side chat if you're able to see this wheel of names on there. And okay, so we're just going to give this a countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, very close. Congratulations to Edward Klein. Oh, shoot. Why did it? Okay. Anyway, Edward Klein. We saw it was Edward Klein, right? And I accidentally, when I was trying to do a screenshot, it sort of set it up for the next one. But it was Edward Klein that we saw there, right, folks? Just want to confirm on the side chat that you saw it like I did. So congratulations to Edward Klein. We'll get that out to you. All right, so let me remove that and stop that share screen, and we'll bring up our Name the Brand contest. Now, here's the last final clue for those of you who are joining us late. What I'm looking for is the mystery brand here is a record company, British record company. And the reason why they're relevant is because they published Massive Attack's first album, which is called Blue Lines, I believe. And this record company got its name from Richard Branson and his partners due to their lack of experience. So the word I'm looking for is somebody with a lack of experience, but it really also means somebody who's pure and innocent, which Branson and his friends certainly weren't. So if you know what this brand is, put a hashtag and put it on the side chat right now, and you'll be automatically entered into the drawing, which will, we've got 5 entries so far. Only 5? Okay. So if you want to get in and get a chance to win this sampler pack of wipes, of cleaning and protective wipes from ClipTech, get it into the side chat right now. And just want to point out that ClipTech is also giving away, if you go to the website, and you can use that QR code to go to their website right now. If you use code Moondog2A, you get 10% off any purchase on their website. So use the QR code there with cliptech.com, and that's CL1, the numeral 1P TECH.com. And use that. It's good. This discount code is good till the end of the month. So take a screenshot if you must, but please use that discount code this month, and you get 10% off. Moondog2A. Make sure you type in Moondog2A to get the discount code. All right. So let us do the drawing, the live drawing here for. Let me just bring this up, and we'll see who wins the giveaway. And the brand that we're looking for was Virgin. Okay, so without further ado, 3, 2, 1, we'll see who wins the sampler pack. Tim Mooney, congratulations. All right, congratulations, Tim. As always, I'd like you to just send me an email, and I'll bring this up here just so you can see what it is at the stage here. Send me an email at contest@moondogindustries.com with your mailing address. Tim, I'm pretty sure I still have it, but just do me a favor, put in the hashtag Virgin in the subject line and put your mailing address, because maybe you don't want to send it to yourself. Maybe you want to give it to a friend. In any case, go to contest@moondogindustries.com, and let me just paste this into the side chat here for you. And you can use that. Let's see, where is my live stream notes? Contest@moondogindustries.com. And for those of you who didn't win, here's the thing. Send me an email with Virgin as the subject line and your mailing address, and say, I'm entering the email contest. The first email that I get that isn't Tim Mooney, that has that same information, I'll also give away a sampler set of these clip texts. So even if you didn't win on the side chat, you have another chance to win, because maybe you're watching this after the contest is over. So anyway, thanks everybody for tuning in. Let me know in the side chat, and also in the post a comment. Actually, post a comment after the side chat. Let me know what kind of interesting music you were listening to during COVID, and post up links to YouTube videos from that kind of genre of music, so that I can learn about it, and maybe we'll get into it. There's a bunch of different other genres of music I'd love to talk to you guys about. Let me know if you'd like to learn more about exotica or breakbeat or big beat music. Anyway, thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks for tuning in, and you be safe out there. God bless. Moondog out. Hey, I'd like to know what you thought of this video. Leave me a comment or chat with me on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, MeWe, Instagram, or Locals. And if you want to see all of my videos, go to moondogindustries.com.